So Moses Tembe, also known as Anele Tembe's father, has finally decided to speak out on the incident that happened to his daughter and aka. Apparently, Anele's father never believed that she jumped off the 10th floor and believes that aka should have been taken as a suspect in her case, and he has made it all clear in his recent interview with SABC News. If you want to know more about the whole story behind this, click the link to my recent video about aka right here. Other than that, check this out.
Anele loved her life, how much she respected herself. I knew, her plans, how much, she was looking forward to the next chapter of her life. I also knew that the way she loved herself, she would not strip naked and throw herself, down. So at the time we hadn't received much background, but from what we could see, from what we've heard as facts, that she was actually recognized by or found out by some other lady in the street, and so on and on, unattended to. One got a sense that there could be some foul play, but one was not there. This matter is a subject of the inquest, and I truly believe that the process must be respected. It would be amiss of me to get into the details of the inquest. In fact, it would be out of order. So I really think that we need to give space to the process.
You can tell that he doesn't believe that his daughter could have done something like this. Just check how he avoids saying AKA's name, and he believes that AKA should have been prosecuted for his daughter's case, whether as a victim or a witness. He also claims that he was very fond of AKA. Let's check this out.
As you know, the police had been in touch with us all the way. They cooperated with the family. They kept us informed of all the developments. So given what we've had at the time, the information which was at our disposal, there was an expectation that there will be a prosecution. But obviously, we were not judging anyone at the time. We looked forward to that prosecution, which would have led to a closure. Obviously, at the room where Anele is alleged to have fallen, he was with someone, So the police never told us who was going to be prosecuted. The police advised us that they were, had a strong case, and they will prosecute.
I almost have a sense that you don't want to say his name.
Yeah, she was in the company of Keenan, very true, but that it follows that Keenan was going to be prosecuted, and that Keenan was guilty of anything. No one knows about that. To that point, it has always been critical for the family to have Keenan on the box, whether as a witness or as an accused. For us, a proper closure required that the last person who was with our daughter be present.
The Tembes say it was very difficult to stay neutral in the matter, but the family says it did.
As you would remember, Keenan was not just a boyfriend. Keenan was a fiancé, and Keenan had approached us. He wanted to marry our daughter. We had accepted him as a son too. And
You liked him?
Definitely. I liked Keenan. And believe me, I'm the first person to tell you that Keenan never put his foot wrong in front of me. He never said anything amiss. I liked him a lot. I met him on stage. He was performing with the orchestra. I knew nothing about Keenan. I'm not into this type of music. But I said, gee whiz, if he could perform with the orchestra, he must be something. And to that point, whatever that people were saying later about him, I gave him the benefit of doubt right up to the last day. So I loved Keenan so much. And to that point, for us as a family, me in particular, you know, as some kind of head of that family, I kept on saying to my children, to my parents, and everyone who was affected by this, it's important to treat Keenan like our own child, so that we can actually be objective as this process starts. So that was our attitude, and that continues to be our attitude to this day. I object to anyone who suggests that Keenan killed our daughter. I'm saying we need to lead evidence, and the evidence will tell us exactly what happened.
Now we all know that people have been putting blames in a lot of people regarding the death of AKA, and Moses Tembe is one of those people. Just listen to what he had to say about this.
After Keenan, aka Forbes, had been killed, there was a lot of wild speculation about who may be behind his murder. Your name had also been thrown around. I'm sure you'd seen that on social media. Would you want to respond to that at all?
It is unfortunate, and obviously it is a painful experience when you hear people making those insinuations and making those allegations. As I said to you, these type of allegations are in the social media, and people who make those allegations are faceless people, as you know. No one comes forward and say, look, I've got this evidence. In fact, I'm basing my allegation on these facts. Police, no doubt about it, we all have been reading about this case. Police, I think, they've investigated the matter. They've never approached me, and I'm not surprised. They've never approached me, but I have no doubt that they've investigated this matter quite thoroughly, and people who had any evidence, shred of evidence around what happened there, I'm sure they've been interviewed by the police. So really, I have been saying to our family, we can choose to comment on what faceless people are saying, or keep trusting the legal system of this country, that they will come to the conclusion that will give the Forbes family a closure. But let me also touch on this matter at a high level. No doubt you are aware that this is a matter which is sub judice, and no one wants to say anything that influences the process in any fashion. And I'm certainly not here to defend myself or the name of our family. I can tell you now that anyone who knows our family very well, who knows me very, very well, is not among the faceless people who are making those insinuations. I think at the right time as well, once that legal process has been completed, as a country, we need to reflect on the rationale behind killing someone because he has wronged you. You know, I did indicate to you that that inquest and closure for the family will never be complete without Keenan. If there is one family that wanted Keenan alive, it's our family. To see him there with his own mouth telling us exactly what happened on that fateful day.
What hurts the most is that the first trial for Anele's case was on the 15th of October 2023, and since then there has been multiple delays. Moses has been putting the blame on the NPA. Check this out.
Dare say, this blame squarely belongs to those individuals in Cape Town. You know, I think it's high time we do not blanket issues and say NPA is this, NPA is that. We need to be focusing on the individuals responsible. Those individuals have not done their job well.
What were some of the reasons that you were given for this delay? Why are you placing blame on those individuals? What are some of
our lawyer
reasons for this delay?
Our lawyer hasn't tabulated all the reasons. In fact, we attended the last session. All we saw were lawyers representing the Forbes family who were objecting to this, objecting to that, this issue, that other issue. I think they were doing that within their rights. We know that there are a number of documents which were meant to be certified and other issues which were meant to be done between October and now. That delay between October and now is totally unacceptable.
Moses has been following the case, trying to get attention from the NPA, the South African police, and this was their response to him.
When SABC contacted the NPA in the Western Cape about the accusations, it said the Director of Public Prosecutions in the Western Cape made a decision not to prosecute in 2022, and the Tembe family then wanted to make representations to the Office of the National Director of Public Prosecutions. It says they did not do so, and as a result of the family wanting to make representations, they say the inquest could not go ahead. But when the SABC asked for a Zoom interview to ventilate the above, already the NPA in the Western Cape had indicated in that response that it would not comment any further on this matter. When SABC News asked police about allegations of some witness statements not being commissioned, this is the response we received from the Western Cape Police, that the matter is before the courts and they won't be commenting. While the Tembes wait for the long-awaited inquest to begin,
I don't know, but this interview may be telling us a lot of things, but we just hope that both families find justice. Go ahead and tell me what you think of this. My name is Jay, and this is Moment in Future, pulling you into the truth.